man never anticipated that during the brief moment the knights left the city, the town would be attacked by more than 40 carapace dragons. The deputy commander was thrown into a panic. Even several knights working together wouldn't necessarily defeat a single carapace dragon, let alone 40. At that moment, the voice of James, their master, was heard. He instructed the knights to load the crossbows with iron-tipped arrows and prepare to fire. The knights left behind thought James was clueless about command, considering the carapace dragons had extraordinarily tough skin, and no arrows had ever been able to penetrate it. The deputy commander didn't believe it either, but as a knight, he had no choice but to follow orders. With a single command, dozens of iron-tipped arrows were launched. To the deputy commander's surprise, the iron arrows pierced the carapace dragon's tough exterior, instantly bringing down 10 of them. This was the power of the crossbows James had designed. However, there were too few arrows to sustain the attack for long. After the next round of firing, the arrows ran out, and there were still a dozen or so carapace dragons left. While James was thinking about his next move, he suddenly remembered the scene where a wooden sword had chopped through a shield earlier. He immediately ordered the deputy commander to load the crossbows with wooden arrows. Normally, the carapace dragon's shell is harder than steel, so wooden arrows should have no chance of piercing it. But when the deputy commander gave the order, everyone was stunned to see the wooden arrows actually kill the carapace dragons. With a barrage of wooden arrows, the entire dragon swarm was quickly wiped out. This one-sided, zero-casualty battle made even the deputy commander admire James' skills. After hours of effort and the help of James' razor-sharp weapons, the carapace dragons were swiftly processed. Since the meat couldn't be preserved for long, James decided to hold a celebration ceremony. Typically, a carapace dragon is worth 20 gold coins, but because of the large number and the inability to preserve the meat, after deducting the cost of transport and storage, each one could only be sold for 8 gold coins. James immediately thought he was about to strike it rich. However, the butler poured cold water on his excitement. The village had over 100 gold coins worth of income, but half of it had to be paid as tax to the marquis. A bigger problem was that if James' father found out that there was profit to be made here, he'd likely send James to an even more remote border area. While James was still grappling with this, the butler came up with an idea: give the credit for killing the carapace dragons to James' older brother. This would not only allow his brother to gain the recognition but also prevent James from being sent away. After some thought, James agreed to the plan. Soon, the merchant guild sent people to the village. When they saw the warehouse packed with carapace dragon materials, even the two experienced merchants were left in shock. What shocked them even more were the weapons James had created. The two had initially planned to do exclusive business, but James immediately saw through their intentions. Given the power of these weapons, other merchants would quickly catch wind of it, making it impossible for them to secure an exclusive deal. So, James suggested they stay and open a weapon shop. After they agreed, James immediately set up a shop for them right on the spot.